sets the stage for your worst nightmare. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers winning back-to-back Super Bowls. Your turn, Tom.
You ain't even watch it. You don't even know anything about the Tampa Bay Lightning.
I watched the whole thing. I watched the last two games because I had nothing else to watch. I had no choice.
That's not exactly what I wanted to hear. But
hey, I covered the 1980 big upset of Russia.
Lake Placid.
I was at Lake Placid. I'm a hockey veteran.
I love it.
Okay, hockey.
Guys, we can talk Tampa. You don't have to convince me here. I'm all in. We can talk Andrei Vasilevsky, whatever you guys want to do. But I have a feeling you want to talk about the Bucks right now. They look to even the series against the Suns tonight, and they'll probably need a bigger contribution out of Giannis to do so. After surprising everyone by playing just a week after hyperextending his knee, the Greek Freak dropped 20 points and grabbed 17 rebounds in Game 1's loss and said he felt great in his return to action. Still, more and more NBA fans are looking for the two-time MVP to take the series over as action resumes tonight. You're going to be watching this one, Skip. Shannon, how crucial is the outcome of this finals to Giannis's legacy?
It's not crucial at all, Skip. He's only 8 years into his career. I think what has transpired, Skip, is because Magic Johnson won his first year, Bird won in his second year, Kareem won in his second year. I think we do these superstars today a great disservice because we expect things from them that we've never expected of our previous superstars. We've let them mature. We let guys like Michael Jordan. It took 7 years. Nobody said, man, come on, Michael's bomb. He got to win this. They didn't do that to him. They didn't do what they do to Giannis, what they do to Bird. When Bird lost finals, no one said Bird choked. When Magic lost finals, no one said that he had that bad moment in '84. But nobody said that when he lost to the Pistons or he lost to the Celtics, normally said that Magic choked. Come on. Giannis is 8 years into his career. Skip, he has an opportunity to do something that only Michael Jordan can say. He's a multiple-time league MVP. He's a defensive player of the year. And if he were to win a title, he and Michael Jordan, it's about to be the 75th anniversary of the NBA. They're the only ones. Now, they didn't have Defensive Player of the Year, Skip, when Russell was playing, because obviously he would have been that. But I'm just saying, in the modern era, he's one of the only few guys that can say that. He, Hakeem, and Jordan will be able to say, we won regular season MVPs, and we have Defensive Player of the Year, and we have titles. Skip, that's a very short list. So this is not going to harm his legacy. If he was in year 18, Skip, think about it. It took Chris Paul 16 years to get to this moment. Giannis is here in year 8. So for me, I don't think it's going to harm his legacy. Obviously, this is what we do now. He ain't going to. No, I don't believe it harms his legacy. Sure, he'd love to win it. But I think we do these superstars a great disservice because we add pressure to them that we never placed on Magic. We never placed on Bird. And I think because they won it so quick, we like, okay, everybody should be able to do that. But Skip, you know this, having covered this game, it takes guys sometimes a long time to finally get over the mountaintop. And when they do, normally, hey, maybe the floodgates open. Maybe he gets, even if he doesn't win it this year, who's to say he doesn't get back and win multiples? So I don't think this harms his legacy at all.
So, to start with, I am deeply offended that you actually put Giannis in the same sentence and breath with Michael Jeffrey Jordan, who obviously had no long history of playoff flameouts the way Giannis has. He's had one after another over his 8 years. And 8 years to me is a lot of career, a long time.
But if he wins the title, he and Michael, he's going to be in the same room with Michael.
Are you predicting he's going to win the title?
No, I'm not saying this year, Skip. I'm just Skip. His career won't be over after this year, will it?
I got that, but when is his career ever going to start? When is he going to start living up to 2 MVPs, back-to-back MVPs, perennial all-star since his second year in the league? At some point, you got to show me something, and it has to start right here, right now, because you and Chris Broussard and others on this show continue to tell me, you're out of your mind to think that the Bucks are a little better as a playoff efficient basketball team without Giannis. And now everybody's saying Giannis actually came out of this game 100%. That he was, in fact, Malika Andrews, who's covered that team for 3 years on ESPN, is saying that she's never seen him so positive after a loss as he was after game one loss, because he was ecstatic over how healthy he felt.
Right.
So I'm going to say he's going to be close to 100% tonight.
Right.
And Shannon Sharp, basketball guru that you are, you told me, how could he have only shot 11 times?
Yes.
He was too tentative. He didn't trust his knee enough.
Yes.
And you said he has to shoot it at least 20 times, if not 25 times tonight.
And he will.
Okay, so if he does, now it's all about Giannis. It is all on him. The responsibility, the onus, and the spotlight fall onto the shoulders, and justifiably so, of Giannis. He is the best player on the floor. That's what his resume would tell you. He's the best player, right?
Yes.
Two-time back-to-back MVPs.
Correct.
Devin Booker won an MVP. I think he will at some point in his career, but he hasn't yet.
Right.
Has Chris won an MVP?
No.
He's not that kind of player,
Right.
although this was ironically the 1 year people actually made a case. Chris should have been the MVP, right? Or at least in the discussion.
I think he finished second or third 1 year to Tim Duncan.
Okay.
A couple years.
So the point is that I just need him to show me. I'm going to dig in and I'm going to say it again. If he's that guy you keep saying he is, that others keep saying he is, then he actually should start taking over this series, because I just recently watched my Clippers with no Kawhi win a crucial Game 5, a potential closeout Game 5 on that floor at Phoenix. It's highly doable. They did it without their best player by far.
Let me ask you a question. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, Giannis goes and gives you 40 and 15 and they lose. What are you going to say? Are you going to say he didn't close? He didn't finish?
Okay, well, do you know his playoff record? Because you brought it up a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like you speak out of both sides of mouths, because a lot of shows you're saying, this is disgraceful what he's done in his playoff record.
But all I'm asking, if he does, because the thing that we never did against Michael, as long as Michael played well, we didn't hold playoff losses against him. But we do against everybody else. Everybody else, that no matter how well they play, we hold that against them. Okay. So I'm asking you,
what is the caliber? What is the degree of difficulty? What team are they playing for the championship? Well, they're playing a Phoenix who was blessed all the way along, because LeBron, you told me, was just a shell of himself on his bad ankle, right?
Yeah.
AD got hurt in that series and was down and tried to come back and ended up out, right? And then what happened against Denver? There was no Jamal Murray. Okay, so they're not what they used to be without Jamal.
But I don't think.
And then the Clippers have no Kawhi Leonard, and Marcus Morris has a bum knee for a couple of games. So was this Phoenix team not lucky to get here? Was it not a little bit blessed along the trail?
Yeah, but so was Milwaukee, because they didn't get the Nets at full strength either.
Okay.
But here's the thing, Skip. I look at these teams as evenly matched, because I don't look at either of them as a super team. So it's not like one is like a guy that had a huge advantage over the other. We agree that Giannis is the best player on the court. But you can make a case the next two best players might be Book and CP3.
Okay, you can certainly make that case. But usually in basketball, one man can dominate a series.
Yes.
So it comes down to, how good is he? Because I've been saying this is not a first guess. Not a second guess. It was a first guess, because I have been saying this for probably 3 years on this show. Show me Giannis, because I don't see it. I see freakish ability, but it's flawed ability, because he's obviously long, he's athletic, and he can jump out of the gym.
Right.
It's a great combination.
Right.
Can he shoot a lick? I don't think so. So at the highest level of playoffs, when you have more time to strategize and you have more manpower and firepower to strategize with, teams just regularly take him out of the action.
Yes.
Where they can wall him off and shut him down and force him to shoot mid-range jump shots, which he has none of.
Well, he kind of takes himself out of it, because if he develops a jump shot, you couldn't do that.
Okay. So is there not some
jump shot, I might add?
Is there not some Ben Simmons going on here? You have been really hard on Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Why aren't you as hard on Giannis? Because they're similar in their approach to the game, because they have to dominate at the rim or they don't dominate at all.
Because my thing is with Giannis is not afraid for you to see him naked. And what I mean by that, he's not
agree
afraid
with that.
to
I
shoot
know
the
exactly
ball.
what you mean.
And if he airballs it, I'm going to come down and shoot another one.
It doesn't seem to bother him
It doesn't bother him. Ben Simmons is petrified of shooting the ball
Well,
outside
at
of
least we saw him that way only this year for 2 series. A little bit of one and then the full one against Atlanta when the Demons got a hold of him. And then he just said, I shut down. I don't even want to go try to do that. Giannis seems to have no like false pride about it or anything.
No,
he just goes to the line and says,
right. Oh, well.
Yeah. And yet, if you can't shoot, it's hard to win a championship if you're by far the best player on your team.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
So what I see missing in Giannis is I don't see, speaking of Jordan, any Jordan-esque intangibles. I don't see contagious.